Hello, and welcome to the Saturday live stream. I'm your host, Alexander Buranin, and today we're going to be discussing the three topics today. Um, um, the first one is going to be black femicide, and then the next one will be self love, and then the last topic will be about anime and um and if you know and if you and if we have time, we can talk about something else. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the first topic, and that will be about that will be about black femicide. Um, uh, I've um I've seen I've seen a couple of stories um this weekend, and to tell you the truth, um um I'm I'm really starting to get tired of this. Oh, but the white man does it too. Um, tactic that is going on within the black community right now, because because as as I because as I found find out that more stories, there is there are two there are two particular stories that I found out. Um, Hang on. Like I said, um there are two stories that I've came across, and one of them um well, I'm gonna show you this right here. And I just want to say, like this right here, this is a video, and this right here is a video of a of a black man actually killing his girlfriend and another woman. And again, you have this one right here, and pretty much this is the story that you know, black men are going to use against black women as usual. And then you have this one right here. And this right here is the story of Chanel Punk. She was she was she was killed at the prom by another team, which is the dude that you see in the poster right there. You know, and there are plenty more like this right here. That she was killed over a drink. It's Samaya James. But again, you ain't going here. You ain't going to hear, you know, the black men who want to use, you know, the white man does it too. BS talking about that. You will never hear it because it's like they do not want to acknowledge it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that because I always notice, and not only that, but you actually have black men who gets excited every time a black woman it gets her life taken. And again, that is one of the main reasons why I decided to leave the pro black movement, because I now starting to think that, and you know, more and more and more, I'm starting I'm starting to think that as of right now, I believe that black women should, you know, at least stop being mule. I think they should stop being mules for the black community. I really do think so. I really do. And here's another, and this is another channel who covers stories of black femicide. I remember this story, and you know, this is, and the title of it, you know, well, they still do not know who murdered the Simmons sisters. They still don't till this day. Trust me, I think and the no snitching culture in the black community is one of the main reasons why no one knows who did this to the Simmons sisters. And then you come up here, and this is another video, and this is about Taquilla Hayes. She's been missing. Well, she vanished after wanting a divorce from her abusive husband. And I think they're still her case is still going. So yeah, they have yet to find her. And then this one right here, another black woman, and she was a hairstylist killed in Chicago by several masked men, right along with eight and friends, her 8 friends was also shot at the party as well, at a party as well. And then you have this one right here. A wife called 911 to help save her from her husband, but they didn't take her seriously. You still have that one. And you have this one right here. And this was when her ex refused to leave her home. I mean, you have so many stories of of black fem, of black women being unalived within the community. And you have this story right here. Brianna Winston. She is missing, and she's a young mother. She has been missing for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. And they still trying to find her. And is now, and her boyfriend, and it turns out that the 2 people that you see right here, are persons of interest. So yeah, there are black women who talk about, and I just want to give a shout out to Leah Gordon, Gordon, and Black Girl on Lost, and black and other black women who talk about black femicide. Now, here's the thing that I, legitimately have a problem with when it comes to when it comes to when a when it comes to talking about black femicide, you will legitimately have those who would legitimately gaslight black women. And sadly, their their job, the main reason why they do it is because their job is to make sure that black women stay where they're at. Uh, That is exactly what's going on. The main thing of it is they're not gonna tell you what the agenda is, because the moment you find out about it will be the moment your eyes will start, you know, will be wide open to what's going on. And to me, I think they want to keep the cycle going. And think about it. Why do they want to? And also, you also have to think about this as well. Why did they want to defund the police? What is the main reason why they want to defund the police in the first place? Because to me, it seems like the main reason why they want to do that is because they want black men to do crimes in peace. And they do not want anyone to be a snitch. Because the moment somebody snitches or says anything, their lives, and then their lives are in danger. And and to the black men who, because because like I said, there are few of us who will victim blame, the victim, because and the majority, but the majority of them will victim blame. Why they would do it is all about protecting the person who did. And black women, you know, and black women, most of them are in proximity, you know, to black men. But every time you try to talk about black femicide, you know, then here comes the black women who are pro black, coming in and say, "Oh, the white man does it too." And to me, I'm gonna say it like this. To me, it sounds like they want to make sure that that they keep They're trying to brainwash black women into staying silent. Which is why, you know, I believe that black women should, you know, well, I'm gonna say this. This is why I believe that black women should not be, you know, should not be inclined to, you know, be race loyal, because look at where race loyalty has gotten black women. For those of y'all who still want to be stuck in that race loyalty mentality and you know, keep gaslighting black women to the point where and they are to the point where they are where their lives are in danger, and then you want to go ahead and blame them, and victim blame the victim for what happened to her. To me, you are a walking red flag. But the white man does it too. We're not talking about the white man. We're talking about the black femicide that happens in the black community. Some and you know sometimes and you know sometimes and like I said, like I put in the community post, if a black woman blames you for what, victim blames you, is saying, oh, what did you do, or said you should have chosen better, she is not your friend. She is a part of the Blackistan mentality. And she's a part of it. If if you made it out of the black community and you're with another race of man, and you have black women calling you a race traitor right along with the black men, then she's not your friend either. And also, if she tries to gaslight you in any shape or form, then yeah, she's definitely not your friend. I'm sorry, but somebody has to call it out. Somebody has to say it. You know, and I want those I want the I want black women who are victims of black femicide and their families to get justice, but only focusing on when white men do it. That's not the way, because then the black man who does it gets away with it. But clearly, clearly the ones who have a Blackistan mentality don't see it that way. And that's why I also agree. If if you're a black woman and you're trying to help your friend out, of a situation, you know, and she doesn't listen, and you try to point out the sign, and you know, I do believe that, you know, if your friend or sister or cousin or auntie is in a bad relationship, I think, you should try to help them out, you know. And also, in my opinion, I also believe, and and this is me saying this, you know, if she's too far into the black male worshiping complex, then she's too far gone. Because to me, only a black male worshiper will actually defend a black man who does wrong. And a black male worshiper will also victim blame the black woman when things such as black femicide happens. It's like a never ending story at this point. All that gaslighting, and to me, what the gaslighting is proving that in real time, it seems like the pro-black movement, or as black men who you know really sees what's going on and sees the gaslighting that is happening towards black women, and they will call. uh, uh, Here's the thing. I think they see it too, that that pro-black has become pro-black male. Forget about the black woman. I've seen that, because I've seen it, and that's why I'm no longer pro-black. I am pro-humanist, but pro-black, no, that's not me. That's not me, because I now know what that means. It means pro-black only. Well, it means pro black men only. That's what I'm trying to say. And and to me, being a humanist, for me, it's not a bad thing. You know, and I am legitimately sick and tired of all the freaking gaslighting that that has happened within the black community itself. Always want to always want to mm, it's like whenever we talk about black women being killed at the hands of the men within the black community, you have people who see it too, but most of them will victim blame. That's how they get to protect. And that's how you have cases when a black woman is unalived within the black community go unsolved. Because as long as that person is doing the victim blaming, there will be cases where black women is unalived by a black man. Even if they do get soft, they will still victim blame the person. And that's why I left the pro black movement, because I now see what was going on. Whenever a white person, you know, on the lives of a black woman, here comes the pro blacks from out of nowhere. But when it happens to a black woman within the community, you know, you have people who are talking about it, and you know they do not victim blame the victim, but you have people who do talk about it and want to consistently victim blame. And and to me, that that does sound like protecting a man who did wrong. That to me, that's what it sounds like. You know, and the main problem I have right I have right now, it's it is the main fact that you have black men who is being shown more grace within the black community than you do with black women. And like I said before, it's all because you have black women who like to victim blame and protect the black man from going to jail. I mean, it's legitimately the truth. Take it as you will. The thing is, but everything I heard, Cerebral said on a video that she did about the NFL draft and stuff. Where is the lion at? Where is the lion? What she said? Where is it? Because tell y'all the truth, I don't see the. I don't believe that she was lying. Those who do are too stuck on worshiping the black man so much that they can't see what's really going on. And but yeah, and I would say this too. Um, I think for the voices of black women, you know, who care about black femicide, who wants the issue to be fixed, I believe that it's time to go to the White House. Because I believe I believe the voices I believe their voice will be bigger if they go to the White House and bring this to Congress, the Senate, the president. I believe that if you take the issue to Washington D.C., like to the White House and the Senate and Congress, I believe that things can get done that way. And then it'll trickle down to the rest of the states. I do believe that. I actually do. Cause yeah, you can do a rally in the park, and you will get people's attention. But in order for it to spread, I believe that it's time that black women who are advocates for black women, not that Blackistan pro black man mindset that has gotten black women unalived. No, I'm talking about black women who thinks for themselves and who are advocates for black women who don't have a voice anymore because they were forced into silence or their lives have been taken. I believe it's time that there should be a march in Washington, D.C. In Washington, D.C., so the voices can be heard. And that's my opinion. Um, but yeah, black women, it's time to put yourselves first. Y'all have put the community first for a long time. That you barely even have to have time for yourselves. And I'm and I believe that it's I believe that number one, it's time. It's time that you put yourselves first, and you know and I get you want to help out and everything, but don't forget that you need to have time to yourself, you know um and that's all I have to say on that, on the subject of and for and I just want to say this also. Black women, if you're in a abusive relationship, you are not wrong for leaving that abusive relationship, because it's only a matter of time before that situation turns into a deadly one. And if you are being abused, do not be afraid to tell someone. Do not be afraid to tell someone in your family that the person you love and the person that you trust is abusing you. Because if you if you tell someone within your family that you are being abused by the man by the man who said that he loves you, and they and they begin to see the signs of it, they will step in and help you get out that situation. But if the family member that you told is black male identified, then I advise you to tell a friend that you're being abused. We all There are too many black women being unalive right now. And as of right now, I do believe that it's black black women who want better from them for themselves. It's time that you leave the toxic stuff behind, which means it's time that you leave the toxic relationship where you have to accept him cheating and all that stuff. It's time for you to leave that behind. It's time, because black femicide is just going to keep growing and growing until there is hardly any black women left within the black community. Black women, it's time to put yourselves first, and that's when we go in to the self-love portion of the life today. To me, I believe that it's not wrong for a black woman to put herself first. And the main thing of it is I believe that black women were shamed not to put themselves first. That's why I believe that black women have been shamed not to put themselves first. And the main thing about it is that it's always, people saying that you're selfish, you're this, you're that. But it it's what I'm saying is, it's like at the very end of the day, you know, I believe a black woman should love herself, and you know and not fall for the black male worshipping stuff. But I now realize that this new thing of brainwashing black women into accepting a man cheating on her and all that, for me, if and this is me saying this, for me, if you allow black women to gaslight you into staying with a man who cheats on you and everything else, cause let cause everyone, let's not forget that the man who is doing the cheating, they can spread STDs. Again, like I said, like I said, and I do believe the main reason why you have black men going to other races, of women. If y'all hadn't seen the cerebral video, you know, that is out there. Um, uh, hold on, let me put the video in in the chat real quick, because again, this has to be, because I believe that what was said in that video is actually the truth. Only a black woman who do not want to hear it will say that that is not true. And to me, if they wind up saying that, that tells me that they have black male worship, you know, well, I'm gonna say, to me, they have black male worship, in their mind. Because, again, everything that Cerebral said within that video itself is actually true. The sad part about it is that the black women who want to go ahead and pretend that it's not happening will keep pretending that it's not happening. Hang on, everyone. Hold on. Okay. Um, this right here is the video that she did. And everything that she said in there is actually true. Whether, the black male worshippers know it or not, everything that she says in this video right here is actually true. Hi, little bit. How you doing? Yeah, I seen that video. Yeah, me too. I've seen the video as well, and I do not think that she's lying in that video. But you know, it's it's important. I think it's important for black women to have self love because again, being in a relationship with someone who is abusing you and everything, that that's I'm sorry to say this, but that's not love. That is straight up abuse and manipulation happening. That is legitimately not love. The main reason why you have black women who say, oh, he loves me and does, and this, that, and the third, and he is abusing you to the point where nobody recognize who you are, and you keep accepting it, that it proves that you go and let the man keep getting away with it. And frankly, it also proves that you do not love yourself. Because if you did love yourself, you will leave that relationship and you will actually know that if you stay in it, it will only end end with you being unalive or to the point where you completely destroy yourself in order to please him. And if you do leave him, then all of a sudden, they're going to say, oh, you left a good man and everything. And then you wind up going back to him. That means, that means you do not love yourself because because you allowed that one person to tell you to go back to the person who is abusing you. And it's only a matter of time before the man who is abusing you winds up wind well they wind up doing bad things to you. And when a family member calls out, all all they then all the man is going to do is say, no, she fell down the stairs, and then you wind up agreeing with him. That's not self-love. That's you making excuses for what he did to you. That's why I say black women, it's time for y'all to love yourselves. Don't fall for the gaslighting tactics. And most importantly, if you if you find love outside of the black race, don't let anyone try to persuade you into coming back to a place where toxicity is normalized. And within the black community, toxic relationships are normalized. They are. Now, there are those relationships who are not, but think about it. Look at every single video of black femicide. Think about it. Now, look, I know that there are black men out there who are not like this, but the majority of them, the majority of the black men are. That's the thing about it. Black women, I want you to love yourselves. If you're in a relationship that where the man is abusive, leave that relationship. Do not, do not try to stay in that, because there is a black man on that is on um that is on YouTube, and he said it best. You cannot fix a broken man. And I agree. You cannot fix a broken man. Trying to fix a broken man will eventually lead to your downfall. Black women, you have to learn to love yourselves because because sooner or later that man will eventually be your demise. At the end of the day, you may not like the message, but at the end of the day, it's the truth. It really is the truth. And now we're going to get to the the last topic, and and it's about anime, and I know there are subscribers of mine who love anime. Um, so as of right now, I'm going to I'm going to spend the last few um I would say I would spend the last few minutes, well, not the last few minutes, but I would spend the last um 40 minutes talking about this. Um because I've me and my family, we were watching a live action version of an anime called City Hunter. And I was the move and the live action version of the movie, um I'm going to say it was good, but I I've actually found out that it wasn't the first time that they, uh tried for a live action version of the anime. Um Wams is there was a live action version of City Hunter that was released in January 14th, 1993. And this right here is what it looks like. This right here is City Hunter, and the start. And this right here is City Hunter, right here, and it stars Jackie Chan. I didn't know that Jackie Chan, was starred in a live action version of City Hunter. This is news to me. Um, Joey Wong, Kumiko Goto, and a few others. But yeah, it has the same premise as the anime. Um, and in my opinion, and I believe that live action version of anime is going to take over, the storytelling. And I also want to say that I know I'm going to get flack for this, but live action version of anime um is you know is better than black movies, and I know that when the life goes off, there's going to be people that say, why do you say that? I'm gonna get to it. The story in the live action version, uh, whether it's a whether it's an animated movie, you know, or a live action version of a certain anime, uh, it tells a good story, you know. And in black movies today, when you ask someone, about a black movie today, you ask them what was the story about, and all of a sudden they talk about how the girl has big boobs, and, and talks about her behind, and that's all they can get from the movie. That tells you pretty much everything you need to know about how black movies are today. The black movies back then, they usually have a story behind it. And now, unless it's a Marvel movie or a DC movie, you barely even get any story to. I almost forgot. I don't know if they are going to do an Image comic cinematic universe. I mean, it'll be cool if they did, because Spawn had a story behind it. The Bulletproof Monk definitely had a story behind it, and those two are based off the comic books that were made from Image Comics. But yeah, as of today, you know, but now you barely even see a black movie with storytelling. And unless again is a superhero movie, or is a documentary series. But yeah, City Hunter, the live action version of City Hunter, it I haven't seen the anime, but after what I saw in the live action version of City Hunter, you know, I'm starting to think that the anime may be good as well. But yeah, I do think that pretty soon, live action version of anime, as long as they stick to the source material, I do think that anime will take over storytelling. I do. But yeah, me and my family, we had fun watching the movie. Um, and I hope they do a live action TV series of City Hunter, because again, you know, like I said, the movie was great. Um, the but for me, I actually believe that if they were to come out with a live action version of the series, I do believe that it would do good, but it has to stick to the source material, you know. And I heard they're going to make a live action version of Sailor Moon. They're going, oh boy. Oh, I hope they don't mess up the source material when they do that. But yeah, at the end of the day, I really have to say it. The live action version of One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho, and City Hunter is better than any black movie that is coming out today, because they have story. They have story, you know, in it. In black movies, you have either stories about, you know, a ride or die couple, or you have stories, you know, and the thing of it is the documentaries, you know, I watch the documentaries because it has good information in there. So this is um and like I said, you know, if a black movie, you know, is not from the superhero genre or the real life, or you know, they're you know, because I do believe that Denzel Washington should have gotten an Oscar for Malcolm X and the Hurricane as well. Um, but it turns out he got one for training day. So, uh, and like I said, I do believe that, you know, if they do a biography on a famous, you know, black person, I do believe that, you know, it should be up for an Oscar nomination if the movie, you know, does good. I believe that. And the main problem I have is with black movies now. You ask any person about the movie, you know, if you if you were to ask pretty much and anyone for today about what was the story in the in that movie, they're going to be talking about how attractive the girl was, and that's about it. But you know, I know that not every black man thinks like that, but most of them do. That's why I say that the live action version of anime and anime in general is going to take over storytelling. And I believe that black women should should um should, you know, watch anime. I already know that there are black women who do watch anime, and and think that the stories are truly awesome. At the very end of the day, though, there has to come a time when we have to, where the truth needs to be told. Today's black movies is all about objectifying the black woman's bodies, and it's all about drugs, sex, crimes. I mean, I started to get me and my father. We got tired of it, and that's why we barely even watch black movies now because of all that. But yeah, uh, and I do believe that anime will indeed take over the story telling in the United States. Do I believe that Marvel and DC is going to be there? I mean, it's still going to be here. Yeah, they're still going to be here. They're not going to stop making. They're not going to stop making superhero movies. No, they're not. But yeah, I just one and to anyone who is listening to this, please check out the live action version of City Hunter. I promise you will not regret it. But yeah, I would like to thank everyone for coming to the live stream today. Um, I hope you got information from this live stream, and I will see you all next time. Make sure to like, comment, share this video so it can get into the algorithm, and, so we can counter, you know, so we can counter the the well, so we can counter, the Balakistan talking points, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure you're notified whenever I go live. I'm your host, Alexander Brannon, and until next time, peace, and I'm out.